Back with another story, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Anyway, let's get started. Once upon a time, there was a baby vulture who wanted a family, but no one would adopt him, only because he was a vulture and he eats a lot. Anyway, one time a crane wanted to adopt him, but he didn't know if he actually wanted to until he decided to pick him up for the first time. The vulture was so glad that he finally found an owner, but little did the crane know, this won't last long. Once he's grown up, this won't last long. This might be a sad story, so please watch with caution. Anyway, yeah. They flew and flew and flew and flew. The crane had always dived down, and that was the vulture's favorite part, you know? Anyway, the crane found a perfect nest area. So he created a nest here and dropped him and decided to make a nest here. The vulture wanted to sneak out. The vulture sat down and slept, and same did the crane. They had a busy day. A few years later, the vulture grew up. While the crane was sleeping, he didn't know how big the vulture was. It was huge. The vulture flapped his wings and he loved it. When did he wash himself? The crane woke up and said, "Ah!" And then the vulture said, "What? Oh, you were awake." The crane didn't like him anymore. He was a vulture. The crane never knew. So the crane just went away. And the vulture was like, "No, please, don't leave me." The vulture even went after the crane because he wanted it. He wanted to be its owner that one day. But once he saw the crane crashing down, and he was hurt. And the vulture wants to help him, but he couldn't because he's a vulture. He hunts cranes. He couldn't do anything. He was starting to get hungry, so he went to get some food. But he didn't know what he could get. He went to get some food, but little did the vulture know that the crane has passed away from that hit. So he didn't know until he came back to get some food. The vulture was going to get some food for the crane, and he went back to the place that he dropped off, but he could not see him anywhere. He was so confused. He even cried because he was gonna take care of him, but he couldn't. One time he realized this is where he lived. Vultures hunt animals, and he thought this is the place that he has to live because there's lots of bones and lava. He has to stay here. He didn't like staying here, but it was his only place to stay. He was angry for the rest of his life. He couldn't do anything because no one ever liked him because he was a vulture. No one likes vultures. He was so angry all the time. It kind of hurt my feelings, but remember, guys, this is just a roleplay. I actually got nervous at this part because you thought I was angry in real life. Nah, I'm not angry in real life. It's just this. Until a parrot came by, but didn't see the cave, so he couldn't do anything. He wished he could have neighbors, but no one ever came round to the volcano because he knew that this was way too dangerous for any birds to even come in here, so he couldn't potentially do anything. And I hurt my feelings. Until a parrot came by and said hello. The vulture stood up and was like, ah! And the parrot was like, calm down, it's only me. He was so scared that he picks up her in his beak. He picks her up with his beak and threw the bird out of the volcano. He was so scared. The parrot was like, what are you doing? He threw him out of the volcano and went back to his nest. He was grumpy for his whole life. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that subscribe button in that face. And I'll see you guys next one. Bye!